I'm Garrett Ziegler, and I'm a former Trump White House staffer, and that is merely 1% of the degeneracy, debauchery, and criminality that is on Hunter Biden's laptop that was drunkenly dropped off at a Delaware laptop repair shop in April of 2019 and was never retrieved. Per Delaware law, the contents of that laptop became the shop owner's after 90 days. My small research group, Polo, has a copy of the laptop, and we want to write a comprehensive report that's analogous to the Mueller report on real foreign collusion. The Mueller report was a 2-year escapade that cost the American people over $15 million and found no collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians. In this laptop here, we not only have foreign collusion, but we have money laundering, sex crimes between Hunter Biden and multiple women, including his underage niece. And what we want to do is something that every single mainstream outlet is not going to do. And they're not going to do it, and they've had the chance now for almost a year, because a lot of them have had it since October. What we want to do is for the historical record, so in 500 years, when people read about America, they know that Joe Biden, who was the Manchurian candidate and who became the installed Manchurian president, exactly how he is compromised. And his son Hunter is one of the most corrupt, disgusting members of any American first family in the history of the country. We feel an obligation to do what every single law enforcement institution in this country, especially and including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is not going to do. They've had the laptop since December of 2019, and they picked up that laptop not because of concerns about child exploitation, which is apparent if you look through the thing, but for money laundering, which is a crime and which Hunter did a lot of. But it's much deeper than that. We want to once and for all lay out exactly how the Biden family is compromised and how that relates to the election fraud that we just went through, in which I think there's no more important topic to delve into. Our group, which is 5 people including myself, has vast experience writing reports. I'm the youngest guy on the team, but I would submit that I have credentials in writing reports from election fraud to domestic manufacturing to the pandemic response to counterfeit goods and trafficking in counterfeit goods and trade. All of those things and more are going to be in the Hunter Biden laptop report. We want to spread a wide net and get small dollar gifts to do this thing. And what this will allow us to do is have editorial independence and to ensure that no one has control over the content, structure, and final result of the report. Lastly, we felt that it was necessary to contrast our mission and our project with the sham Mueller investigation. Our report is going to cost 1% of what that fiasco ended up being. And not only do we have the benefit of Senator Johnson's report that was done last October, which was about Hunter and Burisma, we have the laptop as well. So we're going to be able to take what Johnson did and what Tony Bobulinski talked about last fall on Hunter and Jim and Joe Biden's Chinese business deals. We're going to tie it all together. And we hope to have this done by Thanksgiving. And we think it is a duty of ours because we have this laptop and we don't want it to be buried. And we are going to be releasing large portions of it so that people can go through it themselves. We don't want to guard this thing. I think every American has the right to know what's on this laptop. What we want to do is synthesize all of these materials, the money laundering, the drugs, the collusion, the sex trafficking, all of these entities that Hunter is involved with are shady and corrupt. And a few of them are CCP controlled themselves. The Bank of China is literally funding Hunter Biden. And remember, it's not just Hunter. In these text messages, Hunter tells his own family half of his salary has gone to his dad for his entire life. So this is our country. We're either going to be a republic or we're not. And I think that there's no better thing for me to do right now than to commit myself and my team to studying public corruption. Because what happened on November 3rd, 2020 was a sham, it's embarrassing, and it woke up a lot of people who were asleep at the switch, and they are now realizing how systemic the Chinese Communist Party and other entities are in our government. And so I would urge you all to consider giving a very small amount to this effort, and I pledge complete and utter transparency. There are a lot of groups on the right raising money for endeavors, and they don't even provide a budget. So on the flyer on our website, which you can find at marcopolo.guru/support, we're telling you our budget, and we're telling you what it's going to cost to hire forensics teams to basically map out hunters' movements. There's an amazing Australian think tank that has mapped out every single Chinese entity in their influence across the world in their Belt and Road Initiative. We're going to be doing the same thing with Hunter. With the EXIF data that's on these photos, we're going to be going through and mapping out who he was meeting with and when. And we're going to be releasing through torrents and other tools large portions of the laptop that have never been released. And we're asking for your support, and we want to be as transparent as possible. So thank you for listening. God bless you. And I think that there's no more important thing than the election fraud and the Biden crime syndicate. God bless you.